So, tomorrow is my first week of practical training to become an electrician. I'm going to have a few of these, but this week, I've never been to centre, I don't know the training staff, and I don't know who I'm going to be on the course with. So there's so many unknowns, so a little bit nervous, but excited at the same time. I've been waiting for this for months. I think I booked it back in October time, and it's now the end of January when I'm filming this. It'll probably go out in a couple of weeks, but that's ages. It's taken absolutely ages. At the time I revised all the material and time has passed. I've gone over some of that again. I'm expecting to be doing the 201 health and safety exam, get the boring stuff out of the way first, hey, and possibly an inspection and testing exam. But if I'm honest, I don't entirely know what to expect, and I would rather just know what we're going to do every single day. That would make me more relaxed, I think, but regardless, I'm excited. I've been waiting for this for so long, and this week I think I'm just going to vlog what I'm doing. All the other weeks I'm able to kind of read what I'm learning and then present that in a video. But this week it's just going to be a vlog. It's going to be about how I found it, what I've learned in kind of just summary form, because I'm going to be tired after every single day of doing this. So if I can just kind of give an overview of how it was and how I found it, how I saw it, then great. If I get chance, I might discuss with the training provider that I am sharing these videos on my learning experience, but I'm not going to push it. I think it'd be really cool if I could take some GoPro time lapses and then show that back as I'm discussing what I've done that day, perhaps with the inspection and testing. But I don't know, I don't think the training provider is going to be up for it, but we'll see. You never know, they might be on board. I've also not told you guys who I've gone with as a training provider, and kind of based on how I find them in person, I may or may not be sharing that. Just let me know in the comments if you'd like me to share that, or if you're happy to kind of wait and guess maybe till a later date. Guesses would be good. Yeah, do that. So yeah, each day I'll just share how I found it and what I learned, and we'll go from there, hey? See you tomorrow. Bye. So it's day one and I'm waiting outside my training centre to get in with my cup of tea. We'll find out what's going to go on.
6.5 hours later.
Well, there you have it. I've finished my first day of my first practical. I tell you what, walking into a room where there's a whole bunch of people that don't know each other, don't know if they're in the right place, and I'm not even sure if they're on the same course, is nerve-wracking. There were people on there that were doing their AM2s. There were people that were at week 9, I think. So we kind of stood out a little bit as the newcomers on week 1, having not have a clue what we're doing. Yeah, it was nice getting to know everybody through the day and learning how everybody has a different experience with how they've come to the course. We all have different training providers, but are using the same centre as practical. Some people went through the same provider as me. Others went through places like, is it Job Skills for You? I can't remember now. I'll put it up on the screen if I remember. But yeah, it was nice as well hearing how everybody plans on, kind of what they plan on doing afterwards as well once they're qualified. There's loads of different roles that people are looking to take. Nobody seemed to be looking for the same route as me, as looking at renewables, which is interesting. But yeah, it's just kind of nice knowing that maybe if not everybody is jumping on that, there will actually be room for me when I finally get qualified. We went over some of the exam prep tools and then some mock papers for the 201, that's the health and safety exam. And then, yeah, I got this exam done in the afternoon and passed it. Absolutely fine. I then, later in the week, we're prepping now for the inspection and testing, the initial inspection and testing exam. And if it's anything like the health and safety with a pass rate of 60%, then I'm not too worried. But yeah, we're going to get into that tomorrow. I'm expecting some practical tomorrow from what we've been talking about. So actually, like, playing in a workshop, which is, come on, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Want to be electricians because we want to play in a workshop. We want to play with cables and tools and technology. So looking forward to that. In the afternoon, we looked at this safe isolation, and we're going to have a go at that in practical tomorrow. We're encouraged to get ourselves a lock-off kit and a relevant tester, a voltage detection tester, the G38 testers. So yeah, haven't got this yet, and I'll be honest, I don't see myself needing it anytime soon. But you know, there's got to be an opportunity here for somebody to sponsor, tell you guys what I think about it, but I don't know. We'll see. Hey, there's so much to go on this journey. Yeah, it's just the first day of the first week of practical. I've got 8 more of these to come after this, I think. But yeah, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Till tomorrow.
Day 2.
So the end of day 2. Feeling a bit tired now. We've gone over the safe isolation today. When you go to these practical centres, you think it's all going to be practical, but there's actually a lot of time in class. You kind of got to go over the material that you've already been studying and get it in your head as to how that procedure is done before you can physically do it. So we safely isolated a 3-phase board, which was interesting because I've not done anything on 3-phase. Why would I have the need to up to now? We then had some cheesy photos, stood next to the boards that we'd done and different things like that. We then got on with building scaffold towers, which I can't say I've ever done before. And then we had a go at drilling in some holes into trunking, which I have done before, and it felt kind of a bit of a silly thing to be doing, a bit basic. But I guess we've got to tick the boxes, we've got to do these things on these courses. What else did we do? Later in the afternoon, we looked at the testing procedures of a new install. We went through the paperwork that you would have and that you would need to produce and fill in results. So we've gone over the dead test, the continuities, the polarities, and the insulation resistance. Tomorrow, we're going to be looking at the live tests in the classroom, going over them. And then later on, actually physically doing them. We've all got our own little workstation. And we're going to be preparing for the fundamental testing and inspection exam, I think, which is going to be later in the week. So yeah, some of these people have travelled a long way, like 2 hours every single day to come to this centre. So different providers all around the UK all have their own learning material, and then they use these centres as the practical placements. Fortunately, I went direct myself, so I chose them based on the fact that I could study books which could work in my routine, my family life, but also the centre wasn't too far away from family, so I've been able to stay over at family, so relatively easy for me. Others are staying in hotels and that's working for them, but that's gonna get expensive over a number of weeks of doing that. Not sure when I'll be able to book that second week, but it's made me realise I need to get on and get my second week booked. But yeah, I will keep you updated. See you tomorrow.
Day 3.
It's the end of day 3. We started off spending a bit of time in the classroom, and then we went down to the workshops and had a go at the dead and then the live tests. It's nice to be in the workshop, and the day really flew. We've been learning about these tests in the books for a little while now, but still somehow the order when you add in the extra dimension of you've got to either put the probes here or you've got to put it in this socket just threw me off for a little bit. So once I've done this a few times, it'll be absolutely fine. They're not exactly complicated, and it's nice to understand how you can work out that a system is connected up correctly just from basically resistance tests more than anything. So yeah, we've come home this evening with some exam preparation for our exam tomorrow afternoon, I think. So I'm going to get on with that, and then I'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
It's the end of day 4, Thursday of the first week in centre. We finished a little bit earlier today. So today we went over some of the mock questions, just helping us to understand the sort of things that we're going to see on there and just building that knowledge. We then did our practical assessment of testing the new install. So we went through our dead tests in the order, safe isolation first, then all of our dead tests, and then all of our live tests. Then filled them out on our test results sheet. So yeah, feel fairly confident with that now. I think gonna need way more practice at that in future. It's gonna be something which I'm gonna have to remind myself of for the next time I need it, because I'm not working in that at the minute, so it's just not something I'm gonna be doing regularly for now. And then we had in the afternoon I think it's the 2392. I really should know this. The exam. So a 50 question multiple choice of 4, and I did okay at that. Passed it, so my 2 exams for the week are done. Tomorrow I think we're looking over some of the papers that we've got to sort of tick off and mark off and just gain a bit more of a knowledge and understanding. So yeah, the week is nearly over. I can't wait to get on with my next week. So I've got some revision to do in order to get that booked. Last time it took quite a few months to get the booking done, so I'm kind of worried that it might be the same and it might be quite a while before I get my week 2 in. But we'll see how it goes. See you tomorrow.
Tomorrow for sure.
Well, there we go. The week is finished. I've now completed my first week of practical. You know, you look back and reflect, don't you? And at the start, we were an awkward bunch of people in a room together who didn't have a clue who each other was really careful about kind of what we said, how we were with each other, because we didn't want to offend each other or come across as weird or, you know. But by the end, we're all laughing and joking. The tutor as well, you could have a laugh with him. So, yeah, it was nice. What did we do today? Well, it started off with a crash on the motorway. So, I was an hour and a half late. At least. I mean, I set off early and I was stuck not moving for an hour. So, yeah, that was fun. But it kind of happened on the best day possible because I'd done all my assignments by then. So, most of today was just going through the paperwork, signing that off, practicing and looking at the forms that you complete on the initial testing of a system, just kind of going over that, summarising that. And yeah, all sorted. As I said, it was quite a slow-paced day. It was quite relaxed. We've all gone home a little bit earlier. And it was slower because there was 1 or 2 on the course that just took a little bit more time. So tutor would kind of go down with them. I used it as an opportunity to get prepared for some of my next practical week by going through some of the little tasks that I've got to do. So in addition to my marked assignments, which is basically my book reading, which I'm sharing every week, I get these extra tasks which kind of prepare you and get you set up for that next week. So next time I'm going to be looking at the sciences, the electrical sciences, which, if I'm honest, was the thing that I really enjoyed at school. So kind of refresh myself, remember some of that. And then we have another exam, which is the 2393, I think, as well that week. So yeah, yet to book that in. I'm expecting it to take a little while. But in the meantime, I'll carry on with these books. Another week and a half, and then I'm classed as level 2. So quite excited for this. Until next time, Battery Man out.